right, so the next one is belief. And with belief, it's really interesting because think about why you believe what you believe. How much of it is through personal experience? Or how much of it is because somebody told you this is the way it is? Or you read somewhere that this was the way that it is? And instead of really looking at yourself and questioning, why do I believe the things that I believe, we just go ahead and accept what everybody else has said. Belief at the time was the world was flat, right? Everybody, but probably a few. There was probably some people that probably had an idea that it wasn't flat, you wouldn't fall off and that sort of thing. But for the most part, the belief was that it was flat. Columbus goes out, and they come back, and all of a sudden the world is round. So the idea behind beliefs is, until we go out and actually explore for ourselves why we believe what we believe, we don't really know the truth. All we know is what we know to that point in time, based either on our personal experiences or on what we've accepted that other people have told us. Think about all the things that you know and that you believe, and the possibility of 90–95% of it being incorrect. You're making decisions against those beliefs, which means that most of your decisions are being made against incorrect information. So how far off track are we? How far off track are we from the truth, which is really what most of us are here to better understand or to live? We're trying to find the truth, whatever that is. And I don't propose to know it. I'm just saying that that's what we're here for, to find the truth, to really better understand who we are, why we're here, what the experience is about, how we can live with each other, teach each other, what are the experiences for, so why do we believe what we believe? What I found when I went to some in-depth analysis personally was that I didn't know why I believed anything. I didn't know why I believed in certain religious things because I hadn't really thought about it. I was told that this is the way it is. Now my views have changed on it. That doesn't mean I don't have religious beliefs, but it has changed significantly from the way I was raised. Political things change. I mean, how many people really study the bios of the candidates? We don't. We watch commercials and we watch them slam each other. There are some people who actually read it. But for the most part, we're making it based on either the political party that we ascribe to or that our parents ascribe to, or we're making it based on maybe some one little issue that they may be for that we're passionate about. And it's all this other stuff that we wouldn't agree with if we knew about them. So again, just another example of how we more or less follow the herd, if you will, instead of thinking about it. I would just ask you to really start questioning your beliefs. Why do I believe what I believe? And then also understand, and this is another part of awareness, understand the power of your beliefs. You're going to make decisions based on those. Okay, here's a belief. How many of you believe that you and the universe or the world or spirit or God, it doesn't matter what term you use, are in partnership with one another? Have you ever thought about it? Or is that entity separate from us, and some would have you believe that it is judgmental, that there is a price to pay if we don't follow a certain way of living, that there is this place called hell, all of these other things. So many people live in fear as a result of that, thinking we have to live in a particular way. But I'll get back to one of my original statements. Every aspect of life is an experience. We are here to experience all of those things. If we're given free will, why would we be punished for making a decision that wouldn't conform to what somebody else said? Doesn't make any sense. So look at your beliefs, understand them, start to formulate your beliefs based on what you believe to be true in the moment. And there's a term that a phrase that I've been using for quite some time that was given to me that's more or less become a mantra. And it's really helped me remain open so that I don't shut myself down and continue making decisions on information that really to this point in time is no longer true for me. And that is, today what I know to be true, tomorrow might not be. Very simple. Today what I know to be true, tomorrow might not be. Basically all that's saying is that to this moment right now, I have my beliefs. But one of you could tell me something after we finish this program today that could alter my view. I'm open to that. Then I just let go of whatever my beliefs were prior to that confirmation of that information coming to me.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, what I can do if you all want, if when we leave here, either get my business card or and send me an email, then I'll just send you all the different quotes that I use, because I use a lot of different statements like that. And I'll just tell you that I get these statements when I walk in the morning, these phrases. I'll be walking and it's just really, really quiet. I refer to that time now as being immersed in the silence of the dawn. And I just get ideas, I get information, I get words, I get phrases, and I kind of play with them. And that was one of them that came, it was quite some time ago. That really just more or less gives me confirmation of what I'm doing and what it is that I understand. It helps me also expand on it, which is really what we're here for too. It's about expansion. It's not about staying small and being who we are right now. It's about expanding and stepping into our magnificence so that we can experience that, but also so we can be a demonstration of what's possible to other people. Okay? Anybody in here have any limiting beliefs?
What's the question?
Limiting beliefs.
What's that?
Limiting beliefs.
A limiting belief would just be, I shouldn't say just, they're very powerful and we hold on to them, which is unfortunately why so many people don't expand their view of life and expand their life experiences. But it would be, let's say you wake up in the morning, and I'm sure everybody's had this experience. You wake up in the morning and you have this brilliant idea like a pet rock. Right? I mean, you just know that this idea, whether it's going to make you money or not, it's going to touch a lot of people. So you have this idea, and you're all pumped up about it. You're thinking about it while you're having breakfast, and your energy is just flowing. You just got all these ideas going. And then as you start to get dressed for the day, a thought comes in, well, pet rock? Why would anybody want a pet rock? I mean, that seems kind of stupid. What would my friends say? What would my family say? And as you go through the course of the day, by lunchtime, you've talked yourself out of your magnificent idea. So a limiting belief is any belief that would hold you back from fully expressing yourself and following an inspiration. Now, I'm going to give you a very powerful quote that has to do with inspiration, and that is, we wouldn't be inspired to do something if it wasn't intended to be. And if it is intended to be, all is provided for it to be. What I suggest you do with that is just a second. When you have an inspiration, follow it. Follow it. And I'm not talking about those silly inspirations like you're going to go do something like jump off of a mountain with a flying suit on. I'm not talking about that, although you may be inspired to do that. I'm talking about those deep, soul-generated, heartfelt inspirations that you know is, I don't want to say it's your life's purpose, because I don't think there is any one thing anybody is supposed to do. I think we all have all these different things that we can do that are just different expressions of ourselves. But follow that inspiration. Pay attention to it. It doesn't mean you have to go out and do it that day. Leave it. Let it sit. Be open to it. That's where awareness comes in. Become aware of all the information that's going to now come in and support you in that inspiration being fulfilled. Because as I said, if it's intended to be, all for it to be will be provided. Everything. Be open and receptive to it. And don't challenge it. Don't question it. Don't say, oh, that's just a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. You called it in. Accept it. Understand how powerful your thoughts are. Understand how powerful your soul is and your inspiration.